I am just outside of Walkersville, and you've been here your whole life, pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I grew up down the street, and we lived in Woodsboro for a brief time, but always in Walkersville.
I'm with Crystal, and this is Crystal's Funny Farm, which I love the name of. So you were telling me your grandparents and your parents are just on the other side there.
Yep.
And you decided in 2020, you said, to put this little fenced-in area and start with a few goats.
Yes. Yeah, I started with 5, and we're at 23.
And is that just natural evolution? Just because they are bred with... Yeah.
They're very addicting. They're like...
And how does one go about getting goats? I'm going to have pictures of the babies or the little minis. They are, oh my gosh, you just want to put one in your pocket.
They are so
And they're
sweet.
so sweet, yeah.
They are very sweet.
So you work.
Yeah, I work full-time over on our family dairy farm.
Yeah.
And this just is kind of a hobby.
Yeah.
I would do it all the time if I could.
Yeah.
I love my goats.
Yeah.
They're started out as pets, which they still are pets.
Yeah.
We kind of saw a business venture to do goat yoga and things. It's been really good. It's been very popular.
Yeah.
They love it. They see we usually use our cattle trailer because it's big and we just bought a new cattle trailer. So we use that to haul them, and if they see it coming down the road, they come running to the fence because we back it right in here and we load them, and they get so excited.
Yeah. So when you do the goat yoga here, where is that?
So we were doing it. I have temporary fencing.
Oh, right.
So we were
Like
putting
in
it
your
up
yard?
outside.
Yeah.
But they've gotten slick to that. So they usually when I do it here at the house, I only it's usually just me and maybe one other person. That comes to help me. But they've gotten slick to the fencing. They know that they can go underneath of it now. So if we venture out, I usually have a lot more people to come along with me and help me. So I think this, the next time we're here is June 2nd. I think we're just going to do it right in here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. What is it about goat yoga? I haven't done it yet, but every picture I see, because I just don't like yoga. I would just come sitting here, not doing the yoga, but not that I don't like it. I'm just not good at it, actually. But what do you think it is about that people absolutely fall in love with?
To be honest, I think it's just the animals.
Just
a
that's
lot
what it
of
would
people
be for me.
come.
I'll
there are
pay
people
just to come and sit on my mat and
right, and a lot of people do that. They'll they'll check in and they'll say,
do I have to really do
yoga?
yoga?
I have to really do yoga? That's exactly what they ask me.
That's what I would say.
And I'm like, no, nobody's
No,
going to
course
care
not.
if you really do yoga or not.
Okay.
And the instructors that I have a couple different ones that I work with. They don't care. They don't care. They know
if they
that
were so
most
serious,
of the time,
they'd be in a studio and doing it all right.
Right. And some of them do.
Yeah.
Do yoga at a studio.
Oh no, I bet they all do normally, but for this, you know what I mean?
They don't.
They should know that it's going to be
the one lady that
distracting.
I use. She does puppy yoga. She does goat yoga. She does alpaca yoga. She does all kinds of things.
Yeah.
And so she's like, they're here for the animals.
Of course.
But there
I'm sure
are
people
some
do
that
yoga,
definitely will come and do the yoga, and then they'll kind of hang out with the animals before and after. So it's kind of a mix.
Yeah, for sure. What in farming really, and you guys have had a couple generations here, how is it now? I mean, we hear these horrible things about, corporate farmers and the takeovers, and, how is your family? Well, what do you guys plant and how is that going?
Well, my brother's back here planting now. We plant corn and triticale, and everything that we plant, goes straight to our animals. We don't
you don't sell it or anything. So you just plant to provide for your people, your peeps. And you do dairy.
Yeah, we have dairy cattle.
Okay. Yeah. And growing up, how was that with...
when I was real little, I loved it. I loved going to the farm with my dad, and I remember hearing stories. My mom would call him and say, "You have to come get her because she's having a fit that you left her here today."
Yeah.
And then I kind of went through a phase where I was like,
not for me.
Not for me.
Yeah.
You know, that was like my middle school, high school phase.
Yeah.
You know, and I went and, you know, worked off the farm. I worked for the hospital for about 8 years, and my dad asked me to come back. So I left the hospital, and that was about 10 years ago.
Okay.
And I've been back at the farm ever since.
Yeah.
So I love it. It's very hard.
Yeah.
It's very hard work. It's very time consuming. I'm never on time for anything.
It's 7 days a week,
Right.
24/7, right?
Yeah.
There's no break, there's no vacation, no holiday. Like, you know,
The nice thing is with, you know, my dad and my brother and I run it. And then we have, you know, a lot of employees. I say a lot. There's like 15 other employees.
Okay.
But the nice thing is, you know, we work together. If one of us isn't here or one of
Yeah.
us goes away, there's always
Yeah. I
others
didn't
to
mean like there's
cover.
no vacation for you,
But it is-
particular,
but
but
it
it
is
is
like that.
somebody's got to.
Exactly.
Somebody's got to manage it, so you could never be all in the same place together.
No,
right?
you're right.
Yeah.
And that really stinks because
does
my brother
stink.
has kids that, you know, that are young, and
Yeah.
it would be really nice to go on a family vacation,
Yeah.
but we're just not at that point.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
so.
I mean, like my parents just have a little teeny tiny farmette, and
Mm-hmm.
even just with the horses and the cats and the dog, you know, you have to have somebody who
always
can take
somebody
care of
there.
it all.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
Hi, baby.
What are you doing?
Look at you. So when you fix your obsession or get your fix with your obsession, where does one go to buy goats? Where do you get them?
Facebook.
We're on Marketplace
honest,
searching for goats.
There are tons.
Yeah,
there
yeah.
are tons. But there are dedicated pages and groups
Yeah.
that you can follow.
That's fun.
That you can buy goats from.
So are these any particular breed?
I have a hodgepodge, but I have some boar cross goats. I have some. A lot of mine are Nigerian dwarf goats.
Okay.
And I have I have 2 fainting goats.
Oh. I could watch those all day on TikTok. Those make me laugh so
they're
hard.
Funny. They're funny.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, I can't get them to faint.
You can't?
I can't. It's the other goats that get them to faint. Like, I'm like, really? I've tried.
Yeah.
I've tried.
I had a friend that was like that too, but like any loud noise, they would like if something backfired or whatever, they would just, whoop, there we go.
Yeah.
We're done.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
but
it's
like,
funny.
you know, it's funny when we first got them, we would try and like
yeah.
scare them, but if all of the goats take off running after something, they both
freeze
faint.
up.
It's funny.
Oh, very good.
But yeah, they're all. I had my first set of babies last year.
Oh.
That was like the turning point for me. I was like, this is addicting.
Oh.
I mean, we have baby calves. We have like 1,200 baby calves a year. It's like,
1,200.
okay, I've seen that, I've done that, you know what I mean? But like with the baby goats, they're just something about baby goats.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're just the cutest.
Yeah. Okay, so people, so you're doing goat yoga here and other places. You take your goats other places. So we've got all of those right now on the Everything Frederick calendar. What do you think is the future? Is there anything you feel like might be coming, you know, over the next 6 months to a year here? Any other?
Not in that short of a time frame, but
okay.
Eventually I would really like to have like a facility that I could invite people in. I say like a petting zoo sort of thing, but not really like a petting zoo. They kind of like a space where they can come and have kids' birthday parties. That's a big goal of mine, but it'll be a little while. It'll be a little while before that happens.
Future plan.
Yeah,
that's okay.
definitely.
Having a dream in the future and taking care of that. So you have a Facebook page where people can find out information. So if they follow you there, they can figure out when they can come out here and hang with the goats. If there was just one thing that you'd want people to know, and it can be about farming, it can be about goat yoga, just, you know, farming life in general, what would you want people to know?
to be honest. The biggest thing is a lot of people see farmers as, you know, they're in it for, you know, to make money and things like that. It's, you believe it or not.
Well, I think they choose to hear things like, well, you get all these tax breaks and these subsidies and this and that, and it's just not, yeah.
And a lot of, when you see dairy farmers in the news, a lot of it is negative. But we really do love and take care of our animals.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
you know,
well,
if we didn't have them, we wouldn't have
right.
a job.
I was just going to say, they are your livelihood.
Right, exactly.
So taking good care of them is vital to
Yes,
you, right?
yes.
You never intentionally want to do anything to hurt your future.
Right, exactly.
Quite interesting. I had met the dairy princesses at the Cows game this last
cool.
week, and found out, I think it was something like, now I might be wrong now, but how many millions of dollars is generated in revenue in dairy in Frederick. And I was shocked, actually.
Yeah.
And that it's 48 hours from farm to store.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's pretty crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys have help milking?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
you
so
I was
I
going to say
have-
computerized, but you know,
No,
some
we
sort
don't
of-
have robots.
Yeah.
We milk just almost 1,100 cows 3 times a day. So it's essentially around the clock. And I have.
How is that possible? I can't do 1,100 things even
well,
once
luckily
a day.
I have like eight. I think it's 8 guys
Yeah.
that they have a rotational shift
Yeah.
that are there milking.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
they've got that covered. At
Yeah,
least.
yeah.
So that's the hard part.
Crystal, right here. We're at Crystal's Funny Farm. I'm gonna get some images of these crazy goats.
Yeah, they all left us.
I know.
They were
Once
all very
they realized we had no food.
very interested at first until they thought, yeah.
Well, they kept getting yelled at for eating everything.
Eating everything. Yeah, they eat everything.
But I am going to get them. I might sneak off with one in my pocket, maybe, if I'm lucky. All right, we'll see you guys next time.
What are you doing? Owen. Stop now. Come on. Nosy.